What's up with you guys? You know what time it is. It is time to get into another reaction video. It's been a little minute since I've done a YouTube video or any videos period. It's been months and months and months. Y'all already know I'm not as consistent, and I don't want to say I'm gonna be consistent because sometimes life just hits and you got to take care of things. But here and there I watch little clips of like Reggie or DDG, and you know, just that sort of like streaming realm. Kai and Rod and so many other different content creators that stream on Twitch, and sometimes they're around one another. You know, they kind of like got the same semi friend group, and recently Lil Rodney's son has been having a few issues, and many people have been speaking on the issue. I'm gonna be checking out certain clips. I don't have all of the clips, but I have seen a lot of clips, even if I don't react to it. So we're gonna be checking this out, you guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're new. Hit that thumbs up button if you want me to do more reaction videos like this, and if you got anything that you want to see me react to or give my opinion on. This is just my opinion. It doesn't mean that my opinion is valid to you. It's okay if you disagree. We're all not going to always agree with one another. That's just part of being human. But we're gonna be checking this out, you guys. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's see right quick. I'm gonna try to skim through certain things.
She posted cash app scams.
I'm about to skim through. Oh, you said that trash ass music.
Listen, Reggie. No. Y'all know how it be, bro. Like, is it echoing though? Is it echoing? Listen, with me, bro, like, you gotta understand, bro. I don't be playing with it, bro. Like, I don't give a what be saying, oh, he trolling, bro. He's trolling, bro. No, bro, he's not. Like, stop.
See, this is why I fuck with niggas like, what's his name? Mac Moolah. I think that's his name, right? Mac Moolah. If you don't know that YouTube channel, he's also a content creator, and he keeps it real about whatever's going on. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. He doesn't care about anyone's opinion. He keeps it real every single time that I've seen videos from him, of him reacting to like DDG dub and, you know, so on and so on. The Shay, he keeps it real, and I fuck with their YouTube channel. If you don't know who that is, definitely go and check him out. He doing his thing. But with a lot of people do go off of clips, and a lot of supporters, because they support someone, they're going to always defend that person, even if it's not in a disrespectful manner. They'll just go to, well, you didn't watch the whole video, and you don't know what that person did on their free time when they're not on stream. If they already seen the video or watched the entire video, you just trying to defend that person that you fuck with, that person that you watch. And that's understandable. But in this instance, with Reggie feeling as though no one should have an opinion on what he has going on, that's nothing but the truth. I'm gonna keep it real. But the thing is that when there's something to talk about, people are going to take that opportunity. DDG, he's going to get those clips. DDG knows how to get people's attention. He knows how to keep a buzz for himself, that no matter what, he's always going to be talked about. Whether good or bad, he's still going to be talked about. And that's what matters to him. He doesn't matter about the beef or the negativity He just wants to continue to keep his momentum of being talked about, being known. And I respect DDG in an instance of where he came from to where he is now, seeing the progress that he's made, and at that, a high progress from, if you've seen DDG from back then, those college days with, his ex at the time, Essence, right? Um, to where he is now. You feel me? He's come a long, long ways. And I respect that because he's always been one of the pioneers when it comes to just social media in general. I can't even just say just YouTube because that's where he started off at, but even other platforms, so I have a respect for DDG in that sense. But there's also limits that you have to keep, especially with people that you know. I feel like a lot of people don't know how to limit themselves from what they talk about if it's going to get them attention. And DDG is one of those people that he doesn't know how to limit himself or what he talks about. He's going to look at it from a standpoint of gaining views, gaining attraction. And even if it starts an issue, that's more views, that's more attention. He thrives off of attention. Not everyone is like that. And that's why so many people and artists really fuck with Reggie. And I've seen a lot of artists say that Reggie is their favorite streamer. Most people go straight to Kai. And Kai is the top of the top. But there's people that say Reggie is their favorite streamer. Because Reggie he's real, He can be entertaining without having to have others around him to keep his streams entertaining. He can just sit, smoke, talk, make jokes, react to clips, stuff like that to get the viewers' attention. His viewers enjoy him for him. He's not going to lose viewers because it's just him. A lot of these content creators have to collab and constantly have others on their streams in order to keep the attraction. Their views aren't going to be as high as it is when they're around other people compared to when they're alone, because they're not that interesting to see. And that's why I respect certain people like Reggie or, Soluminati. These are people that people enjoy watching for them, not because of what they buy, not because who they're around, who they're collabing with, not because they got a bunch of women on the screen. Like, these are people that can be alone and be entertaining to their viewers. And their viewers fuck with them for them. A lot of these other people, they'll click on someone's stream, see that that person is alone, they'll get bored, they're exiting off your stream. And then they'll just probably just watch certain clips, certain funny clips on Twitter or, TikTok. They'll just watch that than watching your actual stream. It's people that sit for a whole hour. Some people that sit for the entire stream session when it comes to people like Reggie, Soluminati, even Bruce, Kai. These are people that people enjoy watching. And I know Kai collab with a lot of people, or you see a lot of people on his streams, but it doesn't matter for him. He can be alone and still entertain his viewers being alone. He has so many different lanes and things that he can dip into and do to entertain the viewers. And a lot of people aren't like that, And like I said, I respect DDG as a content creator. He's a pioneer. He's someone that's been doing it for a long time. And a lot of people that came up around the time that he came up, those people aren't as big as he is. And I'm sorry to say it, look at certain people look at McQueen. You feel me? McQueen is still where he was from then. He hasn't really progressed. You feel what I'm saying? And it's all respect to McQueen because he's also a pioneer that started off doing this with DDG. But look at them now. He doesn't have the same buzz that he had then. And because of that, the group that McQueen was a part of when it comes to the LA group, they aren't really fucking with him like that. You feel what I'm saying? And I know part of it allegedly deals with McQueen going out to the beach or whatever with Kennedy after DDG whole situation with Kennedy and the breakup. But McQueen was with his shorty. He was with the shorty that he was fucking with. Not just Kennedy alone, but because how it looked bad. And even McQueen said that he asked him before going and doing it. I don't know the whole situation to really like go into detail. I'm going off of what I've seen, what I've heard, not just off of blogs or like, you know, stuff like that, but like coming from their actual mouths. I'm gonna keep watching certain clips, but like DDG, he's about clips. He's about the attention. And that's why, part of why I feel as though there has been an issue with his shorty that he was fucking with, his BM. She felt as though he was using his kid for attention. You know, always on stream, stuff like that. You know, everyone knows that he's a good father. He's a great father. Everyone knows that. But she didn't want him to have his son always on stream. Some people feel as though, well, that's his son. Long as he's doing right and taking care of his son, he can have his son on stream or, you know, on camera as much as he wants to. Why does it matter? And some people feel as though you should limit it. Why are you always having your son on social media? Why are you always using your child to get attention? That's when you gain your most views. And however you look at it, it can be looked at as either or aspect. But in this instance with Reggie, I feel as though when you're cool with someone, you should limit what you talk about when it comes to that person. And if you do have an opinion, you don't have to voice your opinion via social media. You can contact that person. Even if you don't have their number, you have someone that has their number or some form of way to contact that person to give your opinion. But as influencers, a lot of influencers don't have that limit. They're not thinking in that matter. They're thinking if I voice my opinion, good or bad, it's going to gain attraction. And that's what DDG does. And the thing is, he doesn't want people to give their opinion on his situation. But when it comes to giving his opinion on other situations, he's going to speak on it. Now, I've never seen DDG just be disrespectful and say some big wild shit. He kind of limit what he could say. And he did do that during the clip that I seen when he did voice his opinion when it came to Lil Rodney's son. But he also said that Lil Rodney's son, he fell off. But he used it as an opportunity to kind of say he can relate because he can't speak on his situation because of legal issues, but he could say, oh, I could relate. We all know that when he was in a relationship, he was nowhere near as consistent as he was. So it was his opportunity to kind of throw a jab at we know who by saying he can relate. You know, but you use someone else to say that they fell off, to say that you understand, just to be able to throw a jab, not at Lil Rodney's son, but just to voice your opinion that you started to fall off, not in a sense of viewership, but your consistency you know, stuff like that because of your relationship. Um, and Lil Rodney's son wasn't going for it. Now, I do think Little Rodney's son didn't have to say your music is trash, but at the same time, like he said, he had to add a little sprinkle. But if you are saying I fell off, now I have the right to voice my opinion on you. Your music is trash. And we know that hits home for DDG. When you go and say his music is trash, he's going to feel some type of way because he's passionate about his music. He enjoys the lane of music. He wants to be taken serious. He has literally a song, Take Me Serious. DDG wants to be respected as a music artist rapper. And a lot of people don't take him serious in that sense. And when you see him collabing with artists and stuff like that, it's mainly because he's a streamer now. And being a streamer is now somewhat respected in the rapper's eyes. So by him being a streamer, now he's able to gain the attention from these mainstream artists, you know? But when he was a YouTuber, he wasn't having the attention. They wasn't taking him serious. They didn't care about who no DDG was, you know, no matter how many views that he was gaining. And that's not the lane that he wanted to be in. He wanted to be taken as a rapper. And that's why he always said, oh, this streamer could become a rapper. Or, you know, this person need to start rapping because they make good music. Or Blackboy Max, you need to start doing music, you know, become a rapper so I don't feel alone in this, because he knows that he's not taken serious. Now he's starting to get more comfortable with not being fully considered as a rapper because now he's streaming. And like I said, being a streamer is more respected than being a YouTuber. He started off with YouTube, so therefore they don't take him serious. When it comes to someone like Kai, he's a streamer. Rappers, they get streams. When you listen to their music, that's their streams. So when someone's big enough to help them, someone like Kai, they're going to bow down to Kai because he's a streamer. He has attention. He has the views. So now if I go on his stream, I promote that I'm about to release an album, I'm about to release a single. Now that's going to help me gain attraction, especially if Kai go and react to it. You feel what I'm saying? So like, it's value for them, but it doesn't mean that it's not value for the streamer either. But in a sense, when it comes to someone like Kai, Kai is really more known than a lot of these rappers. So he doesn't benefit from it. That's why he doesn't just have any and every artist on his streams. Kai doesn't even do the female streams anymore. You know, when he used to sit down with other guys and they have females on stream and stuff like that, like, he doesn't care to do stuff like that. He wants people to fuck with him for him. And he said that same thing to Deshae, giving his opinion like, stop having so many girls on stream. Be to yourself. Lock in. Have people fuck with you for you. He knows that sense. When it comes to DDG, he has kind of like a mixture of people that fuck with him for him and the people that fuck with him for the content people he around, or, you know, he started to change a bit from being as the guy that's like buying stuff all the time, because at some point you're going to fall off from being that guy that has to buy things, buy cars, buy jewelry to get people's attention. You're going to fall off at some point because who want to keep buying stuff? And at some point it will get boring. Look at someone like CJ So Cool. People loved CJ So Cool at one point. He always shopping, always buying different cars, modding his cars, buying stuff for his kids. You know, just always in a sense of buying things. Now he go and buy a chain. People don't give a fuck. He go and buy a car. People don't give a fuck. You know, it got boring as time went on. As when you were young, when you were a young kid and you watching someone buy stuff that cost so much money or cars that you've never seen, you get excited. You want to see more and more and more. You get engaged with it. You get invested in it. But as you start to get older and life really hits you, you don't really care about those things no more. You want it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But when you young, you're like, oh, I want this when I get older. I want to be like that person. So when you see people buying things and seeing the materialistic things, it start to not matter to you when you get older. You want it for yourself, and that's how it goes. But like I said, I respect DDG as an entertainer. You know, like he's an entertaining person, but not so much as him being alone. He's more so entertaining when he collabs with others. You know, when I see him with Jay Cinco, when I see him with you know, his brother, or stuff like that, like it's entertaining. So I can't say that I don't watch. You feel what I'm saying? But if I click on a stream and I see DDG alone, just him on the screen, I exit off. You feel what I'm saying? And I might see little clips, but I'm not about to sit there and fully watch. You know what I'm saying? But it's been times that I've watched someone like Kai. I click on his stream and see him by himself, or see him playing a video game or something like that. And I'm watching for like at least a good 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm actually entertained. I'm actually watching. I know it's going to be something funny or something. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can expect. Some people just don't have the personality to be alone to entertain their audience. Someone like Speed can be alone and entertain his audience. Some people might find Speed corny, because him being energetic or crashing into stuff and wilding out, spitting all over the place and stuff like that, they might find it corny, but there's a lot of people that find him entertaining. And that's why he has the progression and he's growing at the substantial speed that he's grown, because he's entertaining to millions of people. He can be entertaining alone. He gonna do some crazy shit that you probably wouldn't think of doing, but it's gonna entertain you. And he has a lot of kids that are entertained seeing him do things that they wouldn't think of doing. What kid is thinking about blowing up fireworks in their household? They know what's gonna happen to them. You feel what I'm saying? But Speed did it. You feel me? And some people may feel as though them doing certain things like that influences kids to do those things or want to do those things. You feel what I'm saying? But that's not on the entertainer. That's on you as a parent watching what your kid watch. I mean, watching what your kid is watching. And if you don't, and they see these things and they find it funny, and then they go and try it themselves, that falls on you, not the entertainer. Watch what your kid is doing. But I feel as though everything shouldn't be an entertaining standpoint, whereas though it's always like, let me give my opinion on this and that and this and that, especially if you don't want people to give their opinion on you. DDG didn't want the shade room giving their opinion, or spreading what he has going on in his situation with his BM. You feel me? That he took the legal route. You can't go and not want people to speak on you or your situation and then go and speak on others' situation. Now, he was very light of what he said, and I can say that he was definitely light on what he said. He didn't say nothing crazy, but Reggie felt like, why are you saying anything, period? You feel me? I respect a person more to contact me and we talk off stream, off camera, and then you give your opinion, than you doing it in front of your viewership that is going to clip it and take things a certain way and take it completely different from how you might have meant it. That's just too much. You feel what I'm saying? But Lil Rodney's son felt like, all right, I fell off where your music is trash. You feel me? And a lot of people may feel as though Little Rodney's son is only where he is because of Kai. And people feel like Kai is like, you know how people feel as though you getting a Drake feature is like a package, like that's how you become something. That's how people feel in the streaming world with Kai. They feel like Kai is like the Drake of the streaming world, you know. Um, and anyone that he's around is going to gain an attraction. They're going to gain attention. Lil Rodney's son had been grinding way before getting the attention of Kai. He already had thousands of people on his Instagram. I think he had like 500K or something like that on his Instagram before he even like interacted with Kai. Now, do Kai help you as a streamer or anyone period that he's around? Is it going to help them benefit? Of course. But he was already grinding and putting in the work before then. You feel what I'm saying? Kai just seen something in him. He's funny. He's entertaining. Kai even said it himself. Out of everyone in the Clover group, he feel as though Lil Rodney's son is going to be one of the biggest because he's very consistent. He's putting in the work. He's streaming a lot. You feel me? And if you seen that clip, you can go back and watch it. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere floating on the internet. He said Little Rodney's son out of all the rest of them. But DDG, I feel like he feel as though he's like Lil Rodney's son. He said, he didn't say DDG in particularly, but he said that a lot of people, like these people think that they're like Thanos of like the streaming or whatever the case may be. And I feel like he does feel like he's that because he's been around longer than a lot of these people. He's watched a lot of these people fall off that came around the time that he came or came after he came and fell off, and he's still on. And especially since Bruce is not streaming right now, he feel as though he won the beef against Bruce. You feel me? But a lot of people, when it comes to someone like him and Soluminati's situation, they feel as though Soluminati won. You feel me? Because a lot of these people, all they can say is really call you broke. A lot of the time. Like, that's their way of winning, calling you broke. If they got more money than you, they're going to first go to you are broke. Get you some money. You feel me? But at one point, you were also once broke, and you turned that nothing, little to nothing, into something. But now because you're at a higher peak of your life, now you want to downfall others for not having what you have. When it also not only just goes against that person that you're talking to, but it also goes against your viewers that are broke as well. You feel me? So I could never be one to flex and say, well, you're broke. You a bum. You ain't got no money. Get your money up. Let me see 500 or something like that. You feel me? I'm not going to use that to try and win a beef because then it can come off corny. I'm going to go at you. I'm going to go at your looks or something that I can use other than you're broke. You feel me? And that's what a lot of rappers or like people that are in that realm of that sort of category, they go to broke. You feel me? You're not going to hear someone like Jeff Bezos or I don't know, Elon Musk or someone like that going to you're broke or to win an argument with someone. They're not even going to flex about their money like that. You feel me? You going to see it through just seeing them and the things that they buy and the investments that they make. You going to know, oh, they got money. They're way above me when it comes to the money standpoint. But a lot of these other entertainers have to remind you that they got money. So them calling you broke, you know what I'm saying? That is a reminder of, oh, I got money, so that makes me that nigga. When in all reality, you could have all the money that you have and still be a lame. Just because you got money doesn't make you that nigga. You could still be a lame ass nigga and have money. You feel me? You could still be corny and have money. So
I
let's
gotta
see though.
understand when instantly jump to like this. Like I didn't seen the clip before. You feel me? I didn't seen the clip of him saying some little slip before. But I'm like,
He's saying something about I think the first interaction with them was when they did the streamer university. DDG wanted the class to say DOK. Lil Rodney's son had said something, he wasn't going for it. And I respect that because he's not going off of what the next person want him to do. He's going off of what he wants to do. And if he doesn't want to do it, he's not going to do it. But a lot of like real niggas like Rob49 and all these other artists, they connect with Little Rodney's son because he's relatable. He's not a jump the bandwagon type of nigga, bro. He's not that type of dude. You feel what I'm saying? He's not going off of the attention. You either fuck with him for him or you don't fuck with him. Just plain and simple. And that's how a lot of like these actual like real rappers look at that shit. Like they not looking at it like it's about to be a humiliation ritual or you know anything like that being on his stream. They know that they can be comfortable, be themselves around him, and it's just gonna be a funny moment. You feel me? With a lot of these other streamers, they feel as though, man, I don't know what this about to be. They about to do whatever they can to get a clip, the clip farm. You feel me? So they don't even want to be around those people. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, people are going to have issues at some point through being on the internet. You're going to get in certain beefs. It's hard to keep yourself from it. Even if you try to keep yourself from it, it's going to come to you. So it was bound to happen for Lil Rodney's son. Drama is going to come. Drama is going to come. You know, it's just part of it.
With 25 years of experience, our customers...
Damn, ad, bro. Hey, this is way better than how it used to be with DDG, boy. Used to add like 20, 30 ads in a fucking 12-minute video.
You feel what I'm saying? Mind your business. Say anything. Mind your business. It's not
Mind your
even
business.
Beef. Mind your business, gang.
It's not your
You
beef.
40.
I tell you this.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a about anything that you got going on. The clip got sent. I react to it just like everybody else did. I don't give.
Bruh, but this the thing, right? This is the thing. He's saying that the clip got clipped, you know, and he reacted to it like everybody else. But he's not just saying you mind your business. He's saying anyone that's speaking on him that has an influence, mind your business. You aren't considered as a regular viewer. You are someone with influence. You are someone that in some way knows him. So why are you adding your 2 cents to anything? That's just like with the whole thing with like Annoying TV. DDG was upset at Annoying TV for giving his opinion on his music. He felt like, oh, we got mutual homies. Why are you saying anything negative or saying anything about my music? We got mutual homies. But Annoying TV felt like I'm giving my opinion just like everyone else is giving their opinion on your music. You feel what I'm saying? But he still didn't care. So now in this sense, you want to use that same thing that Annoying TV said in this situation as though, oh, I'm just reacting to it like everyone else. But when it came to Annoying TV, it was you shouldn't even had done that on stream. You know you got an influence. You know you got followers, people that watch you. So you shouldn't had said anything. So it wasn't okay for him, but it's okay for you now in this instance. It's just you can't you
give a damn if she scammed a million. I don't give a if nigga, I don't give a what she did. I don't know your ex. I don't even know you for real. You feel me? Like, it's like, I really don't give a. You feel me? I don't. All I said was, if
This
you dumb
promo.
enough to click on the damn link when it say you get money, like you get money, you send me this and that,
Yeah.
then you get $1 million back.
Then you stupid for
It
even
is what
clicking on it.
And then I was on your side afterwards. So
No, that is a fact though. I could be real, man. One thing about me, bro, I'm not in their realm or anywhere as big as these people that you see. So I'm gonna keep it real. And even if I was in their position, I would still give my opinion no matter what. When it comes to like me keeping it real, I'm not the type of person that get around people and then I'm just gonna agree with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that type of person. If I have an opinion, I'm gonna give my opinion. However you take it is however you take it. If you don't want to fuck with me afterwards, cool. But I gave my honest opinion. I'm not gonna backtrack on it. None of that. It's my opinion. But that is true in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you as a viewer is stupid enough to get scammed, then it's on you at that point. If you stupid enough and you don't even know that person, you're taking a risk. Whether it's someone that you watch consistently, a streamer, YouTuber, whatever the case may be, a music artist that's selling merch, you don't actually know them to know their intentions. So therefore, if you go and do something, especially if you know it's fishy, come on now, you should have known that was fishy, and you still go and do it, you can't blame no one but yourself at that point. You can't even blame the person that scammed you because you scammed yourself. So that's true. You feel what I'm saying? But Rodney feels as though, regardless of whatever you feel as though, whether you're on my side or not, you shouldn't have gave your opinion.
I just say this, Reggie. I'm not the you want to do this with.
See what I mean? He feel like
He
he's
trolling,
Thanos.
whatever. I don't play like that. I'm not the you want to do this with.
See what I'm saying?
Gonna keep going, bro. Like, I don't want to do it with you. You feel me? So just don't speak on it no more.
He don't want to do it with him because of him being connected with Kai. That's why he doesn't want to do that with him. But also he knows that Lil Rodney's son is actually funny and he can actually like clap back at you, like, and he's actually going to say some things that's going to get under your skin. You can't go against a nigga that's funny. Let's just be real. No matter how tough you are, unless you wouldn't be dumb and be a crash out, you can't go against a nigga that's funny. You're going to lose every time. No matter how many times you talk about that person, you're going to lose every time, especially if you have allegations against you or things like that, because a funny person isn't going to have limits. Look at Kevin Hart. He can get around anyone and he's going to make fun about you, whether your weight, whether you cockeyed, whether you're a different race. He's going to make a joke no matter who takes it, how they take it. Entertainers, funny people, they don't limit themselves from what they say. They're just funny. Lil Rodney's son is naturally funny. I'm just being real. So if they go at it, he's going to use all of the things that you've had going on. And that shit is going to build up. It's not so much that you could say on him because he's still new to the game. This is his first like whole situation. So it ain't really so much that you could say besides you short, you broke, Kai put you on, you know, stuff like that. Your room dirty. You know, you could say stuff like that, but it ain't so much that you can dip into, far as though DDG had been around longer. So he's been in more situations. So therefore he has more that he can say. You feel me? And it'll look stupid to actually fight because it ain't even a real reason to actually feel the need to have to fight. This is internet shit. You feel me? But I feel as though if I'm cool with another nigga, or and I'm in a circle with another nigga that's in that same circle, I'm gonna have somewhat of a respect limit, whereas though I'm not gonna speak on that person unless you speak on me. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if I'm cool with a nigga and I'm in a circle with another nigga that's cool with the same nigga I'm cool with, and that nigga got a girlfriend, and him and his girl break up, and shorty, she a free agent. You feel what I'm saying? And I go and I try to fuck with her, you shouldn't feel no type of way. And I'm not wrong for doing that because I don't actually know you. You feel me? But when it comes to a sense of speaking on a nigga, I'm not gonna do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna go and be like, oh, I took his girl. I'm just gonna fuck with her because I genuinely wanted to fuck with her. You feel me? Even if it was the other way around and I got a shorty and we break up and the nigga go and fuck with my shorty, I'm not gonna feel as though, oh, you my homeboy, because you not my homeboy. We just know the same niggas, so therefore we're kind of like in the same circle. But if I can't call you, hit you up, you feel what I'm saying, and we hanging out and we linking and we making moves and shit together, I don't really know you. We like know each other through association. Like, we associates. You feel me?
We got mutual homies and shit. Woo woo. You feel me? But you a grown ass man. Like, it ain't like you a little ass kid, bro. You a grown ass man. I'm not. You don't want to do this with me. Just don't do it. Don't piss me off, bro. All that trolling, all that roasting, like, I'm not the to play with that. I've seen you say little shit about this all the time. Don't do it with me. I'm not gonna stop. Don't start it. I'm telling you right now. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. So just leave this shit alone when you see this clip. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. But you need to you internet, bro. Y'all need.
Oh, mind your business. I never heard a nigga say cut on that new DDG. I never heard.
You reacted to my whole album.
See, he said I never seen a nigga say cut on that DDG. And let's be real. I'm gonna be real, bro. I've never been around, like, my homeboys and shit. They've never said cut on that DDG. I'm just gonna be real. It doesn't mean that people don't listen to the DDG. It just mean the realm of people that I'm around doesn't listen to DDG. You feel me? They listen to niggas like Lil Baby, Young Boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like none of the people I hang around say play that new The Weeknd. You feel what I'm saying? I don't hear niggas say that, but it doesn't mean that The Weeknd doesn't have people that listen to him. It just mean the people that I'm around don't listen to The Weeknd. You feel me? So you can't really take it no way, but I think because of these are people that listen to the same category as music as he makes, it's like it hurts him that people are saying that they don't listen to him because he wants to be taken serious as an artist. It's easier to be taken seriously coming from an artist to streaming, like someone like T-Pain, T Grizzly, Young and Ace. These are people that came into the game as an artist and then they just stream here and there. You know what I'm saying? But people still take them serious as an artist. But he's someone that came from being a YouTuber. YouTubers get looked down on. They get looked at as corny. You're a YouTuber. You feel what I'm saying? You on camera, holding up a camera, recording yourself. You're a YouTuber. People don't really take it as serious unless you're someone that's like a music reactor, like No Life Shaq. You feel what I'm saying? People take him serious because he's a music reactor. He reacts to music. You feel me? But when you doing things like, you know, putting titles like, I think such and such, I think McQueen likes my mom, or like shit like that. It's like, yeah, it gains the views, but in a rapper's standpoint, they look at that like that's corny. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we ain't using our mom to get attention. We trying to get our mom out the trenches. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we trying to get our mom a crib. We trying to, you know what I'm saying? And that's his standpoint of his way of doing that for his family. But at the same time, people that would never do that can't see why you would do that, even though you have good intentions. In their eyes, it get looked at as corny. When it comes to YouTubers, you've seen a lot of fake shit, a lot of fake pranks, a lot of, and I'm not just saying DDG, but I'm saying with YouTubers in general. If you really grew up around that time, bruh, when it was, you know, a whole bunch of like people, just a whole bunch of YouTubers, bruh. If you think that those prank videos and stuff like that that you would see was real, that shit was never real. And I knew it wasn't real. That's why I wasn't really entertained by it. When it came to YouTube wise, here and there I did watch certain people like DDG and so on. But when it came to YouTube wise, I was really watching like DJ Ghost, No Life Shaq. You know, I was really the Law Twins. I'm trying to think of who else. I was really watching people like that that's just watching, they just reacting to music artists giving their opinion. Or I watched gamers. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I was watching like phase before they were the phase that they are now, you know, like gaming, playing Call of Duty, getting good clips, you know, gameplays. I was watching stuff like that. I wasn't watching these fake ass pranks that I knew was fake. You feel me? Like all that, oh, laxative pranks and, you know, all these different pranks that was going on, bro. I was never watching that shit. I was never entertained by that shit because I knew it wasn't like, it wasn't that. But around the time when DDG was trying to become an artist, I was watching that because I'm like, this is way more entertaining to me. Me seeing someone come from a YouTuber to trying to become an artist and wanting to see him become successful at it. I was entertained by that shit. When he was going speaking with different labels and, you know, stuff like that, I was entertained by it because I wanted to see him win. I wanted to see him really become an artist. You feel me? But when he was doing all those like pranks and, you know, stuff like that, I wasn't checking it out like that. You feel me? And when he was doing videos with Kennedy, I was watching those ones. I'm not gonna lie. Because Kennedy was bad as shit. She's still bad as shit. I'm just going to keep it real. I was watching those because I really wanted to see Kennedy. You feel me? But for real, I was really just going to Kennedy page instead because she ain't had that many ads. He was having 20, 30 ads in a 10-minute video. You feel me? And he'll do an hour-long video and have 50 fucking ads. So I was like, man, sometimes I use ad blocker when I was on my computer, but anytime that I was on my phone, I ain't had no ad blocker. So I just be like, I ain't watching this shit. If I want to see Kennedy, let me just go to her page. She gonna have a few ads sprinkled throughout the video, but she not about to be OC with the ads. You feel me? Let's see though.
What the hell is you talking about? Like, you just listened to my whole album.
He said he didn't react to his whole album, and he didn't say that his entire album. He said he probably had 1 or 2 songs that was tough. You feel me? And I haven't reacted to the entire album. I don't think I ever even clicked on the album. I just seen when he made certain songs. The only 2 songs that I've seen listened to that was actually really decent was that song Speed. Is that how I go? Sweet. That song was tough. That was him and Ty Dolla $ign, right? That one was tough. The one he did with Shabuzi was tough, which I don't think that was on there, right? Because he couldn't get it cleared or something like that. That wasn't on there. And the song that he had with the baby, that one was tough. I mean, it's the man at the red light. I can't remember how it go, but the song he had with the baby, that one was tough. You feel me? All the rest of them, I wasn't really feeling it like that. From what I've seen throughout clip. Oh, there was one that I was fucking with because I did see that stream. The one he did with Queen, that song he did with Queen. And then he added old girl on there. I can't think of her name right now, but he added her on there. What's her name? Cynthia, something like that. He added her on the song, and Rob 49 was on the song. I was fucking with that one. That one was cool. You feel me? But the one speed, that was one of my top ones. It's between that one and the one he did with Shabuzi. But like a lot of the other ones, I ain't really care. You know what I'm saying? But Lil Rodney Sons, he said that it was like 1 or 2 songs on there that was good. I don't know everything, but I'm going off of what I do know.
And said it was hard, bro. Like, stop pump faking, bro. Like, I don't know if you like, and that's why I don't want to jump to conclusion, because I don't know if you like mad because I said something, whatever.
Yes, he's mad because you said something, because you spoke on something that didn't need your opinion. That's what he's mad about.
But I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck about none of your relationship that you got going on, bro. It's not that deep to me. You need to react to full clips before you get on here speaking on me, because these gonna clip it. I'ma see it, and I'm gonna feel some type of way, and I'm react. I react.
See that? He's saying I'ma see it, I'ma feel some type of way. So he basically saying him seeing it, period, of you speaking on him or giving your opinion on him, he's gonna feel some type of way. That's just how it is, bro. Well, in his eyes. Speak on me, I'm gonna feel some type of way. Unless you say, oh, DDG's the GOAT, he's the pioneer in YouTube, or you say his music is the best, he's gonna feel some type of way. Unless you have a positive standpoint on him, he's gonna feel some type of way. Even if you just say, I don't really like DDG's music, he's still gonna feel some type of way, because he's gonna feel like, why are you even saying that? That's your opinion. That's just how it is with him. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I still respect DDG for him putting his family on. I think we all do. You feel me? But certain things just be like, it just be lame, bro. Certain things just be lame. You feel me? And I do feel like DDG is a genuine person in a sense of he want to see people win. When it comes to like India, or when it comes to like all the different people that he's had on his platform, I think he do want to see those people win. But it's also a gain for him at the same time. Even if they're not streamers, they're still somebody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I do think he's a cool person. You feel me? You really got to dig deep to understand DDG as a person and his sense of humor. But to a lot of people, like the women on Instagram and Twitter and you know, the Shade Room and, you know, those sorts of like medias, they find him corny. They don't find him entertaining. They don't find him funny, you know. But those sorts of women that sit and actually watch him, they actually enjoy it. A lot of us grew up off of DDG, not me myself, but I'm saying, you know, just people that are in their mid 20s, early 20s, you know what I'm saying? They grew up off of DDG and they were watching him when they were a teen, or, you know, they're the same age as him. They were watching him back then and they felt inspired by him. You know, he buying an i8 and, you know, just bought a watch and, you know, a penthouse, you know, stuff like that. Gave his mom $5K. Like, they felt inspired by that, you know, and they were entertained by that. So a lot of people grew up off of him and now they're adults as well. And they still watch him. You feel me? And some people grew up and they don't watch him as much. But then there's a lot of kids that came up that are still kids that watch DDG. You feel me? And now they're in that realm of how a lot of people that are in their 20s was when they were younger watching DDG. You feel me? So it's like, he's still up, and I respect him for being up, but not everything should be for entertainment. And you know what I'm saying? It shouldn't everything be for entertainment, because you're literally DDG. You're already a millionaire. You're already known. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already that. So you don't need the extra to keep yourself in positions. You're already that guy.
When I see, you feel me? I take it how it is. But ain't no gonna play with me, bro. I'm trying to tell you, just leave that alone, bro. I really don't want to do this with you.
You saying ain't no nigga gonna play with him, bro? This is from a entertainer standpoint. I bet you if it was one of these actual rappers, like real deal rappers that really talk that talk, it wouldn't be that sort of situation. You feel what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that sort of situation. I mean, his homeboy, sorry to say it, his homeboy got his money taken. They did a basketball bet. His homeboy got what, like 400 taken? The baby only let him get half back and wasn't even gonna do that. He was really being nice. He wasn't even letting that nigga touch the money. He at y'all spot, the spot that y'all doing y'all thing. And he's damn near bullying y'all friend group. Oh, you put that money down? Don't pick that money up. I'm telling you, don't pick that money up. And did anyone budge or try to pick that money up? Ain't no one try to pick that money up. You feel what I'm saying? He like, oh, you got to put up some more. You feel me? Niggas was even trying to put up some more. But his homeboy, he didn't even let his homeboy get he didn't even say nothing to defend his homeboy or nothing. He let the baby let his homeboy get half of his money back. You can pick up half of it. That nigga was sick as shit, mad as hell. And that's when they started to stop the whole betting thing, because they like, oh nah, this is real. This a nigga that's really about this betting type of shit. Like, this ain't our sort of lifestyle where we're gambling. Like, this nigga's dead serious. If we touch this money, he really gonna do something. And we know his history, so we know not to do this, because he's really about that life. When it comes to a nigga that's really about that life, these niggas is not gonna really be on anything. But when it comes to a streamer, YouTuber, something like that, those sorts of ones that they see, they feel as though those streamers, YouTubers are like them. They know that they're not about that life, so they know you can't be about that life. So they're going to perceive themselves as though they're about that life when they're really not about that life. But just because you see a person doesn't mean that they're not about that life. But when you see a person grow up, you know that they're not about that life. Niggas ain't had no real serious cases, real serious issues. You know, you've always been on the camera. You've always been showing your lifestyle. So you know who's about it and who's not. And I'm not going to say Lil Rodney's son is about it. I'm still knowing him as a person. He's really just still really getting on. But I can see that he's a real person with real intentions that's not trying to clip farm or use anyone for the attention. He wants people to fuck with him for him. With DDG, I feel like he just wants people to fuck with him. He doesn't care about, like, none of that. Whatever he's got to do to entertain you or to gain the attraction, he's going to do it. You feel me? But I feel as though, I feel like DDG in a sense can fight because he used to box. But in the real world, all that, oh, you don't want to do this with me, this type of thing, bro, that's not really like that. You know, I don't think he's just no big tough guy that someone, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that. You could tell when it's not that. When you really cut from that cloth and you really understand these kids, they see someone and they think that they're like that, but a lot of the time what you think what can be perceived to you and how a person act, they're not really like that. You feel what I'm saying? But when you see certain artists, certain people, you know that they're really like that. You feel what I'm saying? When I see somebody like Youngboy, Lil Baby, Da Baby, these are people that I don't see and be like, oh, they're a pushover. you can tell when someone's a pushover. You feel what I'm saying? And you can tell when someone's willing to defend themselves. When I see someone like DDG, I think he's willing to defend himself. But as far as being a pushover, I think it just depends on who you are. Just like that whole situation with DreamCon. You at DreamCon. I'm pretty sure they got metal detectors. I'm pretty sure that they're not letting anyone get in. You got to have a pass around your neck or have your pass on you to get in. So you know ain't nobody got no pose on them. You know it ain't, and it's DreamCon. You feel what I'm saying? They got anime, all sorts of shit like that going on. You not expecting it to be a real hood go down sort of place. So you know it's safe. If you punch somebody, you know you probably good. You feel what I'm saying? But in the real world of you trying to do something like that, you feel what I'm saying? It'll really go down. And you're going to think, I don't want to lose my life in that situation, especially when you're somebody with something. It's a lot of niggas that don't care about what they got. When I see somebody like YoungBoy, you could tell that regardless of how many millions or whatever he got, you play with him, he going to stand on that. Regardless, he's not going to think about, oh, I might lose my life. Like it could turn around on me. It's a lot of people that don't think like that. When I see people like King Von, I didn't see him looking at it like, oh, well, I'm rich. I got millions. I got money. Let me chill. He's going to look at it like, nigga, you disrespect me. However it's going to be, however it's going to be, however it turn out is however it's going to turn out. But you're not going to play with me. It's not a lot of niggas with that mindset. DDG doesn't have that mindset. You feel what I'm saying? He knows he has what he has. He's not willing to throw that away, but he's willing to defend himself. You feel what I'm saying? If need to be. You know what I'm saying? But I think because it's Lil Rodney's son, he feels as though he has the advantage because he used to box. You feel me? Or the people that's around him that hypes him up to make him feel that way. But I bet you if it was a nigga that's really, really like that, it wouldn't be that sort of response. Let it be another artist say some shit like, yeah, his music trash. Let Lil Rodney's son have one of the niggas that been on his stream, a Hurricane or someone like that comes off like they're really like that, say, yeah, bro, you right, Rodney. His music trash. Boy, he's not going to respond. He's not going to respond.
I think you a cool dude. I think you funny, whatever.
Okay, like, you being real.
Everybody know don't play with me like this. Just don't do it.
They cutting that new DDG.
Bro, if we gonna be real, I'm gonna keep it real. If we gonna be real, in a sense, when it came to Bruce and DDG, Bruce won. It went straight to money. It went straight to, oh, I got this car. Oh, I got this house. Oh, you feel what I'm saying? When Bruce did that shit, running towards out his door and running back, gun to the back of the head. Name 5 DDG songs. Bro, now you have so many people saying, name such and such songs. Name how many songs. You have so many people using that now. Like he brought out something different. And that shit really hit home for DDG. Because he wants to be taken serious in the music industry. You feel what I'm saying? And of course, there's people that really fuck with him that's going to be like, I can name 5 DDG songs. But in the real realm, outside of the young kids or the people that are now adults and grew up watching him, they don't know who DDG is. But he's starting to get that known substance because now he's streaming. And because of Kai, people are interested into streaming. Because of Kai, Aiden, you know, these streamers that started to have music artists on their stream. And these music artists started to see like, damn, this nigga got 50,000 people watching him. I go live on my Instagram and I only got 2K. You feel what I'm saying? I might have 900. But he's streaming for hours. It done been a whole hour and he still got 60, 70K people watching us right now. Not leaving. You feel what I'm saying? And now they're like, okay, we need streams. When we release music, we need to be around this person more. That opened their eyes. Streaming opened up people's eyes. That people are more into streaming and more into Twitch and Kick and whatever other social media platform that involves streaming viewership, people watching you, people are watching that more than they're watching TV now, television now. Now you see all these award shows and stuff like that wanting to have Kai stream there. You feel what I'm saying? Because they know it's going to gain more attention. But back then, you wasn't seeing no YouTuber being invited to be at no award shows, at no red carpet or nothing like that. You wasn't seeing that. YouTuber, what? We gonna have a YouTuber here? Now, that's why I say Kai has opened up so many doors for entertainers. You know what I'm saying? Now people want to be engaged. They want those people around. So by him becoming a streamer now, you know what I'm saying? Now people are more interested in DDG. Now more artists are willing to be around him now because it's like, oh, he's a streamer. We know about streamers. Look at Kai. We know about streamers. Let's get around this. We can go around DDG. You feel what I'm saying? But before then, when he was just a YouTuber, it wasn't like that, bro. You seen people like Almighty J, YB in the Mirror, a few people like that be around him, but you wasn't really seeing no big artists for real. You wasn't seeing those people until now. And that's because he's a streamer. Had he been just an artist, bro, it wouldn't be like that either. It's mainly because he's a streamer. And streaming is the new popular thing now. You feel me? But the whole beef is really stupid. I seen Lil Rodney's son said something about Almighty J. He said your music is trash. Now you're not even gaining any views. You're releasing songs that's only getting like 15K in a year. He showed his song with him and Hurricane. That one is at like 2 million in a month. So he was using that, showing him that it's actually statistically right that his music is doing bad. Lil Rodney's son feels as though, you know, we can do some rap beefing, you know what I'm saying, do some dissing, but I don't even think that DDG wants to do that because then it's going to be no limit. Now, from a standpoint of views, of engagement, he would do it, but because of all the situations and stuff that he's been involved in, he doesn't want to do it because then ain't no telling what Lil Rodney's son is going to say. That's really going to hit to home. He's already having to deal with Soul Illuminati being back to Twitch. Even though they're cool now, he's having to deal with people calling him doo-doo garbage. You feel what I'm saying? He already had to deal with the legendary shit with Bruce, and people still saying name 5 DDG songs. That's why every moment, fuck naming 5, I'm gonna have him naming 10 or something like that. Like, that shit really hurt him. That's why he speaks on it. That's why he continues to diss people like Bruce. Bro, that shit hurt him. You know? But the whole thing's stupid. I seen something about Rod. They said something with Rod. Rod gave his opinion. I haven't seen that clip, so I don't even feel like searching it up. But I seen something with Rod. He felt like Rod shouldn't be speaking on it either. Rod was basically, he ended up saying like, I really know you. I knew you before the streaming. Don't play wooty woo. Whatever the case may be, I don't think any of them are about it. I'm just going to be real. I don't think any of them are about it. I don't think any of them are willing to go to jail. I don't think any of them are willing to actually like really fight or even more and really it get to that point. None of them are actually about it in that sense. But you know, I don't think it's going to get anywhere serious or anything. I don't think anything's really going to come from this whole beef besides maybe a fight, a fist fight, something like that, something light, but it ain't going to be nothing serious because none of them are actually really about it. And if they do fight, it's going to be on camera. They're going to make sure it's recorded. They're going to make sure something is gained from it so they can do some reactions or something like that. It's not going to be, let's pull up here, no cameras around, let's fight. Because they're not, none of them are really about it. You feel what I'm saying? But it's all stupid though. You feel me? It really is. It's all really, really fucking dumb. And I just wanted to react to this, give my opinion. My opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anyone has to agree with my opinion, but make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're new, if you want to. Also hit that thumbs up button if you want to, or thumbs down, like whatever you feel as though you want to do. I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent on my channel, you guys, but I'm out. Peace.